My name is Lee Honish, and I am a fight fan. I swear to God, if there were two bums out behind a bar and there was a bet line on it, I'd be out there watching these guys.
All right, this is Fight Net. We'll be right back with Manny Rodriguez and Bruce and Susie and Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh my.
You know, we've got a running saying on my show, it's not the size of the glove, it's the size of the fight inside the gloves. We're talking about pushing a body like mine through its paces at top form, and we did it in no time. What Craig did...
We've been hitting about 6 days constantly of strict weight training and cardio training.
What Bruce did...
He doesn't have any athletic qualities. We took him into the gym. Our main thing was his height. I want Lee to use his height to his advantage.
What all these guys did to create me for this fight in the short amount of time is phenomenal.
We've been working on some boxing basics just to get him through it.
I never thought my body would respond like this.
Lee had some doubts. He wanted to fight. He wanted to fight another celebrity, or at least have one celebrity in the ring.
So they brought me literally a list of names of people that they said would actually do a boxing match.
He was picking different guys who have done it before.
Danny was on the list. They said, Danny Bonaduce, and I said, he'll do it? I said, well, he's on the list.
And I said, Danny's always up for a fight.
These are people we could probably get. I said, I'll get Danny. If you think you can really do this and he's really on a list that you think you can make happen, I'll take care of this.
You know, and he actually didn't care for him, so it seemed like a natural one to make.
I started a little campaign that apparently made its way back to Danny. Danny called me up. He called in for 45 minutes.
From the get-go, it just was like, oil and vinegar. And it turned into what it is.
And on this 45 minutes of audio, he goes, you know what, I've heard you talking. He never even said my name once during the whole thing, but he goes on and on and on and on and on. I'm like, will you take the fight, you bitch? Jeez.
The strength in this entire match is that they don't like each other.
That's how the fight came to be. I really went out of my way to make this happen. I didn't want it to be just like the friendly contract signing. I actually went out of my way to make a mess of this.
There's no one worse than Lee athletically that I've ever seen, and I thought it might actually be dangerous for him.
Anybody missed the video where he bit me? The guy bit me and grabbed me by the nuts.
I thought something might break out, but even I was surprised.
I was sitting right in front of Danny and Lee when Danny grabbed hold of Lee's genitalia. And I've known Lee for 13 years. And when he let out that scream, I knew it was real. And I actually jumped up and pulled Danny off of him.
Danny bit him and squeezed his genitalia so hard that, Lee was screaming.
Jackie Callan, who's a friend of Danny's, who's one of the promoters of this event, is actually standing there crying because it got so out of control.
I thought it was impressive, the way Danny bit him and grabbed his genitals.
She talked about it last week. She goes, I've been to a lot of press conferences. She said, I've never seen that. And she says, I've never even seen you demonstrate the kind of pure anger that you have. I'm mad. I'm mad at the guy. Maybe it's jealousy. Maybe it is all about me taking my one shot to do what Danny would do in a heartbeat to someone else.
Danny's got a lot of heart. I mean, he will keep coming, and hopefully Lee can withstand, the beating long enough for Danny to run out of gas and tire himself out and fall down. That's how Lee wins the fight. Otherwise, he has no chance.
I'm gonna walk out of the ring. I'm gonna make sure Danny hits me the first time, and I want him to hit me square and smack on. I want him to draw blood with the first punch. I want to feel it. I want to taste it. I want to see it.
But the thing is, Danny's been in the ring before, so he's gonna be a little more relaxed. Lee is so uptight in the ring that we're just trying to get him not to cower in the corner. If we can get him to stay out of the corner with his head down, he has a chance of keeping Danny at range.
I want to give everybody who's watching this right now exactly what they wanted to see.
I'm trying to just keep Danny away. If Lee can keep Danny away from him long enough, I think Danny will eventually get tired and just fall down.
I want it to be off the hook, I want it to go down, and I want two guys to beat the crap out of each other. I'm gonna demonstrate that Danny's a bully, a coward, and a pussy.
Lee can only do so much. He's never been in the ring before. Danny's been in the ring before. It's gonna be a street fight. It's gonna be a brawl. I mean, that's just the bottom line.
I want the guy who's gonna go drinking after I knock his ass out. I want a guy that's gonna be man enough to get into the ring. But you know what? I know the truth. Danny's gonna be afraid too. He's never fought in front of a crowd like that. Okay, he's got all his fans there. They're all hyped up. We came in from Phoenix, woohoo. He's a bitch, all right? Plain and simple.
If Danny can get into the ring and walk across to Lee, he'll win, hands down.
I'm not gonna back down. I'm I'm not going to take a step backwards. I'm going to display a jab, and I'm going to throw rights, and I'm going to beat on him and beat on him.
If he can control his anxiety, that's his biggest fight. It's not even with Danny. It's really controlling his own mind.
Right after he pops me on the side of the head, right after I get that, I want to feel it, and then I'm going to come with a big right, and I'm going to put his ass down.
It's like a train wreck. You just got to look at it.
You find out a lot about yourself in the boxing ring. If you don't have that fighter heart, it's going to be difficult for both of them.
You're not going to be dancing here. There's not going to be any of this, I've got a longer reach, because I certainly do. I've got the wingspan for it. Okay, that's not what everybody's paying money to see. You want to see me go in there and fight, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to beat his ass up, plain and simple. If this is going to be my one day in the sun, I want the whole sun. This literally started as POD and Danny, and it turned into POD, Danny, Bob Sapp, Helmet.
You're going to have some great entertainment, man. The fights are going to be a lot of fun. The music is going to be fun. I think everyone's going to have a good time, and I think it's a very, as diverse as the entertainment is, it fits in very well together at the same time. So I think it's a good show for everyone.
The Rock concert alone is an event in and of itself. Lee and Danny hurting one another is just a huge bonus for all of humanity.
No matter what happens, it was worthwhile, and it was great for everybody.